Saltburn's final twist is one of the film's most shocking moments, but the movie actually contains 10 major clues that hint at Oliver's real plans and deceptions. While Saltburn may initially seem like a simple romance movie at first, the film quickly goes down a dark and twisted path, bringing viewers to places that they would never have guessed at first. Interestingly, it is possible for viewers to deduce Saltburn's shocking twist ending before it is even revealed, as the film sets up Oliver's true final plan in 7 major ways. The pub at Oxford. In Saltburn, pubs are a big deal at Oxford, with one of the most important scenes in the film's opening act taking place in a pub. One shot in Saltburn features Oliver walking past the sign for a pub named The Bull, with this name being seemingly innocuous at first. However, this is clearly foreshadowing at how Oliver will eventually kill Felix under the Minotaur statue that is at the center of Saltburn's maze. It also parallels the horns that Oliver is seen wearing later in the film, with bulls being a recurring theme throughout the movie. Oliver discussing the My Last Duchess poem. One way that Saltburn secretly gave away its twist ending was by having Oliver talk about the poem My Last Duchess. During Oliver and Farley's scene with the tutor, the trio discusses a seemingly random poem. The poem tells the story of a wealthy narrator who is reminiscing on the time he spent with his dead wife, with the poem being based on the real-world figures Duke Alfonso of Ferrara and Lucrezia de Medici. Some believe that the Duke actually poisoned Lucrezia de Medici, with this parallel towards Oliver poisoning Felix clearly being an intentional choice. The Garden Statue. One of the several statues seen at the Saltburn estate shows a man pinning someone else down, with his arm being raised up in preparation to stab and kill his foe. This pose is almost perfectly mirrored in the scene in which Oliver kills Lady Elspeth, with the statue's presence in the earlier scene with Elspeth foreshadowing her demise. Felix's doppelganger. One of the weirdest but most obvious clues to Oliver's real plans and deceptions is Felix's doppelganger. While eating breakfast, Felix's Saltburn fate is subtly foreshadowed when a man who looks exactly like Felix walks by the window, with the doppelganger even wearing the same pink shirt. Felix's dead body is later carried by this exact same window while the Catton family is sitting at the table, with the doppelganger hinting at Oliver's first murder long before it actually happens. Venetia's overflowing wine glass. One of the most obvious visual metaphors for Oliver's future Saltburn plans is Venetia's overflowing wine glass. In an attempt to cope, Venetia pours a massive glass of wine, filling the glass far more than it should be. The glass then overflows, with the red wine pouring out on the table. This is clearly meant to invoke the image of blood overflowing the bathtub, which happens later in the film when Venetia dies. Lady Elspeth choking. Similarly to her daughter, Elspeth's death at the hands of Oliver is also foreshadowed while she is eating a meal. While at dinner after Felix's funeral, Lady Elspeth begins choking on her food seemingly randomly. Interestingly, Elspeth's death is caused by Oliver suffocating Elspeth, with the choking scene foreshadowing how she will die due to her not being able to breathe. Oliver's horns. The final and most obvious sign of Oliver's deception is his horns. While at the party at Saltburn, Oliver's costume involves him wearing a massive set of horns. These horns are an obvious reference to the Minotaur statue that Felix is later killed under, continuing Saltburn-esque motif of bulls. However, these horns also give Oliver an unmistakably devilish appearance, something that is paid off when Oliver begins to kill off the Cattons. While the exact mechanisms of Oliver's real plans aren't revealed until the end of the film, Saltburn makes Oliver's deception clear through the use of thematic devices much earlier in the movie.